Greetings everyone, this is Danny from harrtravel.com, your Alaska cruise experts, and today I'm in beautiful Ketchikan. Now we are in the rainforest, have a little bit of liquid sunshine today, but we're getting ready to head out on those Jeeps. So we're gonna get to drive the Jeep through the backcountry just a little bit, explore this incredible wilderness. Then we're gonna head over and go on a canoe ride. We're really excited. This is a new one for me here in Ketchikan, and we can't wait to share it with you. Now keep in mind, when you're ready to book your next Alaska cruise, make sure you do it right on harrtravel.com. You can take advantage of those interactive deck plans to pick the perfect room or suite for you, your friends, family, or group, and get the Harr Travel signature service. Now follow along as we Jeep through Ketchikan. All right, ready to take advantage of a little bit of 4x4 time, get out, explore the wilderness, and check out this incredible rainforest. You ready, Taylor? Red Jeep ready to rock. So now we're headed up on the highway. We're gonna get inland a little bit further before we head off-road. Basically, we're in a caravan right now. The lead is up ahead. That is where the guide is. We have a radio, you can see, handy dandy right here, so that we can communicate back and forth with them. So, let's go. So all the way up on the bus, and then here we're getting commentary throughout, talking about the trees on the side of the road now, the western red alder. It's like a pioneer species, so as soon as they clear space, it's the first one that's gonna come back in. They also use it, well, the natives use it anyways, to smoke their salmon. Now, Ketchikan is the salmon capital of the world, self-proclaimed. They do produce a lot of salmon. It's also a rainforest, as I mentioned, so they can get, well, like 14 feet of rain in a year, which is a crazy amount for somebody that lives in Southern California. But that's why everything is so stunningly green and beautiful up here. So really appreciating that each guide has different insight to share as well. So the Tongass Rainforest is the most bio-dense rainforest in the entire world, about 17 million acres here in southeast Alaska. Now you think about the Amazon as being a rainforest, probably the one that I think of most. That's the most biodiverse, the different amounts of species, but because of the way that this is set up here, it has the most amount in any one place, anywhere in the world. So you're gonna have a ton of different well, creatures, and of course, as the life cycle goes through with the different forests, they're gonna change and move. But the most prominent here would be the bears, of course. Those are the apex predators up here, but there are so many different types of fish, birds, mammals of all types, even some reptiles as well. So the main industry here in Ketchikan is tourism and salmon fishing. They also outfit different industries as well from the docks, but basically you've got 5 types of salmon. You've got the chub, the pink, the silver, the sockeye, and the king. I've done a lot of salmon fishing in my life. Growing up with my grandpa being a huge salmon fisher, he would come up every single summer with my grandma. They'd be here from roughly May-ish into October, not necessarily always up in Alaska. So we just saw a huge pack of Alexander Archipelago wolves. So these are pretty large wolves. They're another apex predator here in this specific area. Absolutely beautiful. It's a pretty rare sighting there. But what I love about this part of Alaska is, yeah, there's people that live here, but there's so much wilderness that you never know what you're gonna see. All right, always my favorite part of any Jeep experience. Just clicked it over to 4-wheel drive, and we're gonna head on out into the backcountry and explore. Yeah. Now this pathway is gonna take us about as far as we can go inland on a track like this. He's basically saying that this being a private road, not everybody gets to explore it, so really appreciative of that. But so much around Ketchikan is just socked in rainforest. It's actually a really small amount of land, and it's something that people that live here absolutely love. They can head right on out of town and basically be in the middle of the backcountry. Yeah, I do like Jeeps, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Jeep it up. Woo! So you might notice there's a few potholes here on the road, well, because it's not really a paved road, but as the guide said, just keep in mind you're in a Jeep. You can go right through them. Much respect. So this takes me right back to the old days in the CJ7, cruising all around California, up in the mountains, out in the desert, doing all the things that 20-year-old kids did. Little hunting, little fishing, off-roading, good times. I love the nostalgia. But also, this is a really cool place to explore. I've been to Ketchikan before, not here. What do you know about this? All right, let's do it. Woo! Yeah! This is one happy Jeep. It's doing what it was meant to do. Not on some California street, come on. Now, I'm a big fan of super old school Jeeps. That's what I grew up driving. In fact, it's been a minute or two since I've been in a Wrangler. I'm impressed. I'm 6'6", I'm a big guy, and I actually fit in here. They have us in a 4-door, so there's quite a bit of space in the back as well. So if you're doing this excursion with the family, you can get everybody in one vehicle. I've done a lot of excursions where I've sat in the back of a bus or a truck or a whatever. There's not that many that you actually get to get out and drive, so why not? Let's do it. Anybody ready for a swim? Let's do it. Now I really have to compliment them. This is off-roading. I was a little bit unsure exactly what we were gonna be doing. We're just exploring some scenery on a road, but we really have gotten off-road here a bit. The scenery is absolutely stunning. It's a little bit of a fun experience as well too. Going over all the bumps, navigating the corners, going through the water. There's just something exhilarating about driving a Jeep in a spot that Jeeps are meant to be driven. And guess what? Bruce just booked a flight. No, we're so happy that Bruce is joining us today on the excursion and on this incredible cruise, because cruising is about friends and family getting together, sharing experiences. This is a pretty fun one so far. Entire day here in Ketchikan. So now we're at the second lookout, another stunning vista here, absolutely beautiful. What's interesting here is a lot of the roads that we're going on are old logging roads, and so from this angle, you can kind of see the new growth down below, and then the old growth all up and around behind us. Once again, having the story and understanding what it is that we're looking at really enhances the experience. Let's stay here for just a few minutes and check out this incredible view. Now this particular tour is a combo tour, so we're also gonna do a bit of canoeing. You see the canoes right behind me. What I really like about doing that here in Ketchikan is that it ties in, of course, to the native. So this is a little bit of different canoe than they would have used 50, 100, 200, 300 years ago, but we're gonna get out, explore a little bit of the lake, get a little bit more history, and get active. Let's do it.
Now we're all suited up.
Yes.
Lobster man chic.
Lobster man chic. To get out in that water. Not in that water. Out on that water.
Cheers.
Out here on the lake now, doing a little bit of paddling. What this is really all about is the incredible scenery. So I'm at the very front of the canoe. This is a replica, essentially, of a native canoe. You can see the cedar tree that basically it's made from right there on the front of the canoe itself. Unbelievable scenery. It's just an incredibly beautiful mountain lake. I'm going to be enjoying my dinner in a little bit on the ship. I've earned it. Got rid of all these calories. Just saying, doubling down tonight. Cheers. So we took the canoe over to, well, another spot here on the lake. They've got a tent set up for us right now. There's a fire going over in the corner. Got some bread, some fresh, we've got some jam there, salmon dip, of course. Well, salmon we're caught just outside. And then, well, for those hardcore fans, you got the goldfish. I like it. Over on the other side, we've got some clam chowder. I'm gonna be digging into that in just a minute. Got some coffee and hot chocolate. I think I'm gonna be mixing those together and warming right up. And time for the canoe again. I think we're gonna canoodle a little bit more. Yeah. Are we gonna wear clothes or are we gonna be canoodists? I don't know. We'll see. I'll get back to you. Now, when you do the rainforest walk, they do have walkways set up for us here. Of course, they're going on and off the dirt, so you got to watch where you're going, but it's a really nice and convenient way to dig deep into nature and not actually head that far in. Now, as we wander through the rainforest, there are all kinds of different things that you're going to see. Now, just behind me is a nursery log, so essentially it's providing sustenance for all the different plants on top. So you've got the mosses, quite a few different kinds. In fact, on a log like that, you can have thousands of different species. When I was in Costa Rica in the rainforest with my middle school students, it was shocking when they pulled up one log and all the different things that were on there, because those actually provide most of the nutrients. You have really shallow topsoil here, 3 to 6 inches. And so even these massive trees are their root systems are spreading out completely. But all throughout, there's a ton of edible things. So of course the natives here know that. The Devil's Club over there, don't touch that, stay away from it, but it does make some pretty incredible medicines. You have different mushrooms, you have all kinds of different things that you can take in and eat, but it's really important to understand that you want to stay away from most of it. And they have a zero touch policy out here. So we're not touching, we're not removing, we're not adding anything to it, but it's an incredible way to learn because we're in nature's classroom right now. Now just behind me is a Sitka spruce. That's the state tree of Alaska. Now this particular one's about 750 years old. Goes up about 160 feet. It's been used for lots of different things over the years. Ship masts, you can see exactly why that's the case. Actually used to be in McDonald's ice cream. They use it for pulp mills. They use it for all kinds of different things. But what I wanted to point out is this is what the old growth looks like. And you kind of see the root structure starting on the top. You even have a complementary tree or a symbiotic tree right here that's growing right over the top as well. But you can really imagine how far these roots go out in order to hold up a tree that's 160 feet high and has been here for 7 centuries. That's crazy. There's something incredibly serene out here. We're just a few steps away from the dock and it's absolutely spectacular. I live in Southern California. We're not that far from the mountains, but we live in the desert, and coming up to a rainforest like this, it's such an education, but it's also a great place to go during the summer. We love to sneak up to Alaska. In fact, that's why we've done it over 20 times on cruises, because we can head up, enjoy the weather. It's a little bit drizzly today, but that's Alaska to me to a T. And if you're gonna go to a rainforest, you might wanna expect just a little bit of rain. Now this is so exciting, I can barely contain myself. What you're gonna find here is a bear den. So they've actually burrowed kind of underneath where you have the log, so the root system sticks up and around it. So the bears can head right on in there to hibernate. They can head out, enjoy the skunk cabbage right here. They do eat that, the deer heart, flowers, and plants as well. But really the idea behind this is the bears come in here during the winter. They're gonna hibernate, spend a bit of time. There are not caves around here. There's not very many of them because of the way the glaciation has happened over the last several thousand years. So they use different places than you're gonna find in other parts of Alaska even, or in the US. But just underneath there, like I said, it's a bear den. I think, in fact, yeah, I think I could barely fit in there. Why not? So feeling a bit like a fisherman right now, ready to head back out to the lake, enjoy a little bit more time in the canoe. It is absolutely stunning and beautiful out here. But now let's head on back and we'll get back to our Jeeps to wrap up the excursion.
Just let them do all the work.
All right, so now we're heading back. Got Taylor in front of me right here. You can see the beautiful scenery once again all around us. Absolutely love it. First off, thank you so much for joining us here today on this combo tour. We started out with the Jeeps. We headed over and explored a bit with the canoes, the nature walk up into the rainforest. It was a really perfect way to experience a bit of Ketchikan. You got some history, you got a little bit digging into the culture, culinary as well. It's been a really fantastic day. Now we're gonna head back into town and I think it's time for some more chowder and beer. And then maybe some chowder before I have another beer. Cheers. So now we're back at headquarters. Of course, the Jeeps now look as they should. They were a little bit too clean when we arrived. We had an absolute blast out there. We know you would love this tour as well. Now keep in mind, when you're ready to book your next Alaska cruise, make sure you do it right on harrtravel.com. You can take advantage of the interactive deck plans. Pick the perfect room or suite for you, your friends, family, or group, and do us a huge favor. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the bell for notifications, and we'll be back with more content. And when you're ready to head up to Alaska, just let us know. We'll help craft the perfect vacation for you and your family.